Hello and welcome to Good Clean Gaming. I'm your host Shilindo, and today we're playing a game called Tiamat X. According to their Steam description, featuring 6 levels of intense shooting action, Tiamat X is a rip-snortin tribute to the side-scrolling space shooters of yesteryear and would be right at home blazing away on the screen of a booming, beer-stained arcade cabinet. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's released on May 29, 2015. And it is created by BBQ Games. If I'm not mistaken, this originally was an Android game. And it's being ported to PC. It's going to be on Steam at that point, and it's got all these settings for determining whether or not you want to do auto fire or quick fire or how that should work. You can turn music on and off. We're going to leave music off for now, and there's also colorblind mode if that is something that you are needing. So we're going to get into the game. It's your typical side scroller. It really gives kind of a sense of nostalgia. It doesn't try. I will say it doesn't try to be anything more than what it is. It's not. This isn't like, side-scrolling shooter game with RPG elements. There's no like, you're not going to level up with EXP and put skill points into a talent tree and then navigate a complex, persistent world. It's not trying to do any of that. It's a side-scroller. It is what you played when if you lived in the 80s or 90s. I guess probably 90s. You probably played a game like this in the 90s. Then, and even the way these ships are rotating are giving me nostalgia of several side scrollers I played like this. Like Life Force comes to mind. I know that probably wasn't the most popular one, but that was the one I grew up playing and enjoyed it. And this just feels very similar. You blow up things, you get power-ups, so you can blow up more things, and then get more power-ups and then get blown up. I do notice that when you die, you don't lose your power-ups, which is kind of interesting. I always felt like that was kind of like, I'm really doing horrible in this game. I always felt like that was kind of like a real downside to games like this, was that I always felt like I spent so much time getting all these power-ups, and then the moment I made a single mistake, it was back to square one. And I never really liked that. I mean, it does give having a penalty for dying in a game is good for replayability, but at the same time, I would just sometimes get frustrated and just quit and start over. This guy's kind of tough because he shoots in like 5 different directions. I've died so many times with this guy, but yeah, I would get frustrated and I just quit, and I don't know why, but at first I was like, hey, wait a minute, I died and I lost my power-ups. That's not right. That's not the way the game's supposed to work. But then I actually had it happen a couple times, and I realized, oh well, I would have lost all my power-ups over and over and over and over again. So I'm kind of happy they designed it the way they do. And just to reiterate, like I said, like originally developed for a different platform, I think. So there's not like going to be like flashy cutscenes between any of the levels. You're not going to see your some kind of 3D crazy view or anything. None of that's developed in. It's all focused on gameplay. I have no idea. Ouch, I died again. It's going to be game over in a second here if I'm not careful. I have no idea how much this is going to cost. I wasn't supposed to blow that up, was I? That bad me. Very bad me. Can't believe I did that. Blew up my own power up. So I don't know how much it's actually going to cost on Steam when this gets released. So and I can't even really guess. So yeah, based on what you see in this gameplay video, you can decide whether or not you want to buy it. And ooh, is that game over? That's game over. So after game over, where do we start? We start on new game. So it looks like you start all the way over. That is pretty excruciating, but you do have 3 lives. So I don't think, honestly, at this point, I'm not good enough at a game like this. Like, if I were playing this, when I was a teenager, I could have probably made it through a game like this. I think at this point in my life, I might not be agile enough to beat a game like this. So, anywho, looks like you have to replay all the way through. It would be nice if the developer did add save points, or maybe when you die you have continues or something like that. Save points is probably overkill for a game like this. You probably just need like the little continue countdown that you'd have in a typical arcade game like this, and then know, just give unlimited continues, honestly, and just have people retry levels over and over and over again. I think that'd probably be the best design. I didn't know they went different directions like that. That'd probably be the best design for a game like this, in my opinion. The developer may have different ideas or different goals, but I think that would be awesome. Whoa. I want to see if I can get a little further. Oh, yeah, we're definitely not getting a little further if I'm keep doing stuff like that. I do notice also that when I'm phased out like this, I can go through impenetrable objects like walls. I'm guessing that's by design to make sure you don't get trapped behind something that ends up killing you over and over and over again. So I understand that from a programming perspective. Game over. So yes, what I would like to see in this is some kind of like replay button. You can see I've got the number 3 high score though. Hey, go me, right? Yeah. So yeah, this is the game. You've seen the game. You kind of get a feel for what it's like. And yeah, I don't think there's any reason for me to make a 20-minute long video of this, as you know, pretty much it's going to be like 6 attempts at getting through the first level if I do that. And so yeah, that's not helping anybody. So anyway, short video today. Hope you guys don't mind. If you're interested in a game like this, feel free to pick it up. It's going to be on Steam. The link to the Steam page and the website will be in the description below. But yeah, do keep in mind if you purchase the things you see here, you know, if something like not having it continue is going to get on your nerves, then do keep that in mind on whether or not you purchase a game, and you know, understand that you know, depending on how it's priced, you're going to have to make that decision. I would say I'm hesitant to give an amount I'd be willing to pay for a game like this, but it feels like it plays like an Android game, and so I've seen some games that are released for like $3, $4, maybe even $5. I don't know, but I think that's kind of where I feel this game is. It's not going to try to be, you know, whiz bang something new. It's trying to replicate that old nostalgia you felt back in the old days. So, all right. So enough babbling by me. You've seen enough to make your decision, and check out the reviews when it comes out on Steam as well. So those are always good. It's always good to check reviews before doing any purchasing. So yeah. So it looks like I'm not even going to make it to the next area. Anyway, oh, it's the boss. All right. So thank you so much for watching, and feel free to hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more videos like this. And I'm going to rush in and just like blow him up. Here we go. Blow him up. Oh, no, he blew me up. Game over, of course. That's so appropriate. And remember, keep it clean.